You know what? I was sitting here on this fine Thursday afternoon, enjoying my morning, watching prospects, trying to get the draft guide done, not expecting a single thing to happen with the Cowboys. And then it happened. An Adam Schefter tweet that said, New England is sending quarterback Joe Milton to the Dallas Cowboys. Sources tell ESPN. With Cooper Rush going to Baltimore, Dallas now has a new backup for Dak Prescott. They did it. They got a quarterback. They used a draft pick, sent one to the Patriots, and got their quarterback too. So let's talk about it. When I saw Adam Schefter's tweet pop up on my screen, it didn't have the trade compensation with it. It just said that Dallas had traded for Joe Milton, and that was pretty much it. So I got a little bit nervous. I was like, what's the compensation? How much did Dallas give up? My concern was they were going to give a third-round pick, which was reported early on when the conversation started that Joe Milton's going to get moved from the Patriots. They want a third-round pick. You know, some teams have offered, some have interest, whatnot. Then 3 minutes later, thankfully I didn't have to worry too long, we got this tweet. Compensation update. Patriots are trading quarterback Joe Milton and a 7th-round pick to the Cowboys in exchange for Dallas's compensatory 5th-round pick, per sources. Then I breathed a giant sigh of relief. That compensation seems really good, and we're going to talk about it at the very end of this video, what I really think about it, why it makes me super excited that they just went ahead and made the trade, used the 5th-round pick. But first, let's talk about Joe Milton. He is 25 years old, a little bit older, was 24 as a rookie because he played so much college football. It's kind of been the trend with quarterbacks here lately, especially ones that come into the league and actually look pretty good to start. I know it wasn't a large sample size with Joe Milton, but he did look good in the preseason. He had a good game in week 18 against the Bills, but it's kind of a trend, especially with the COVID year and some things being messed up with eligibility, whatnot, to see older quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels played 5 years of college football. What did he do? Came into the league, looked fantastic. But Joe Milton is 25. He is 6'5", 246 pounds. The guy is a unit. For reference, that's Cam Newton sized. Is he that level of athlete that Cam Newton was? No, but he is somebody that is big, strong in the pocket, and has a rocket launcher attached to his arm. And because of the intangibles, the physical profile, the Patriots took a chance on him in the 6th round of the 2024 NFL Draft, 193rd overall. When it happened, I was a little bit confused because they did spend a top 3 pick on a quarterback with Drake May. So drafting a rookie to back up your quarterback, like, who's helping who here? Is Milton supposed to mentor Drake May? Like, why not just sign a veteran quarterback? And then that way they can help Drake May. There's not a whole lot of questions about, oh, well, this rookie's better, or this rookie's better, or this guy's developed more and more. I was a little bit confused. It ultimately didn't matter. Drake May was always going to be the starter. So Milton spent most of his rookie season as their backup. It wasn't until week 18 against the Bills that Milton got to play. The Patriots season was over. The Bills had already clinched their spot into the NFL playoffs. So not a whole lot of starters were playing. They weren't really, and if they weren't really playing for a whole lot. It's still an NFL game. There was still 53 guys on the roster that made an NFL roster, are NFL players, and I thought Milton played exceptionally well. This was the point in time where I got to thinking, okay, there might be a little bit of something here. And before we get to talking about that Bills game, Joe Milton coming out of Tennessee was a work in progress. Some of the mechanic stuff, the ball placement, his timing, throwing with anticipation, his accuracy, especially as he got deeper down the field, there were question marks around him. Although he had pretty good production at Tennessee, was a transfer from Michigan. He threw 32 touchdowns and just 5 interceptions at Tennessee. They weren't really gaudy numbers, but he did prove that he could take care of the ball, make big-time throws. He had a big-time arm. There were just a lot of questions about his ability to process, throw with anticipation, throw with accuracy, timing, all of those things. Obviously important in the NFL. According to PFF in 2023, Milton completed just 38.6% of his throws beyond 10 yards. And I wanted to bring this up because there's a reason that he went in the 6th round. There are lumps in his game that need to be smoothed out. He's not a perfect prospect. It's not like you just got a top 10 quarterback. Like, he needs to develop. He needs time. And what better place to do it than behind Dak Prescott? But with all of the stuff that he really struggled with at Tennessee, in that Week 18 game against the Bills, I thought he looked much better. Is it a huge sample size? Absolutely not. Did he throw with anticipation, throw across the middle of the field, something he struggled with at Tennessee? Most of his interceptions were coming across the middle of the field because he struggled, get the ball in over a linebacker, throw with the touch, see those linebackers process what is going on in front of him. But when he played in that game against the Bills, I thought he looked like an NFL quarterback. He completed 22 of 29 passes for 241 yards, threw 1 touchdown, and had no interceptions. And the Patriots did win that game, ultimately hurting their draft stock. But Milton said after the game, he's in the NFL. He's playing to win. That's the ultimate goal every single time you go out there and play. You're obviously trying to win the game. Forget the draft pick. And it makes it even funnier now that Milton said he doesn't care about the draft pick because ultimately it didn't matter for him. I've yet to go back and watch the film of that Week 18 game, but I do plan on making a video about it. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, you want to see that, please make sure you subscribe down below. Also, like this video. Let me know that you want a Joe Milton all 22, and I'm going to try to have that done by the end of the day if enough people like this video. Now, for all of the questions that people had about Milton coming out of the draft, there are things to like. He is a prototypical sized NFL quarterback, 6'5", 246 pounds. He might have a top 3 arm in the NFL amongst all quarterbacks. Like, this dude has Josh Allen type arm strength. He can get the ball wherever he wants to. He can throw it all 3 levels of the field. The problem is doing it consistently, but the arm strength, like, he could stand still and throw it 70 yards. There were clips going viral of him before the draft just slinging the ball. And if I can find one, I'll put it up on the screen right now. So you like the arm strength, you like the physical profile, the athleticism, sure. But would Dallas have been as interested in Milton, or would the Patriots really have even traded him if he didn't do what he did in the preseason, how he looked in training camp, and ultimately played in that Week 18 game? Probably not. This is somebody that has NFL experience, albeit not a ton, but did show promise playing in an NFL game, running an NFL offense, and had a pretty good game. And how he played leads into why I'm excited that Cowboys just gave up the 5th round pick, got Joe Milton in a 7th back, because they were probably going to use that 5th rounder or an even earlier pick on a quarterback with no NFL experience, hasn't been in the league. You have no idea what this guy's development's going to look like. In just the short time that Milton was in with the Patriots, you could see the development. So giving up a 5th round pick feels like a really good deal, a much better deal than maybe what my concern was, Dallas spending a 2nd round pick or a 3rd round pick on Quinn Ewers or Will Howard, or even a 5th rounder on Dylan Gabriel, although he doesn't fit that size profile that they look for in their quarterbacks, or even Tyler Shuck, that played 7 years of college football, really only started 1 full season. Like, I just don't think the guys available in this draft, or the type of players that you would find in the 2nd, 3rd, or 5th round, are a better deal than Joe Milton. At least this guy is a unit at quarterback with NFL experience, has a really good arm, just needs refinement. And like I said, what better place to do that than behind Dak Prescott? He's going to come in. He's hopefully going to win the job of quarterback 2. I don't think it's 100% because you just gave up a 5th round pick for him, but I expect him to come in, be quarterback 2, beat out Will Grier in training camp. I really hope this isn't another Trey Lance situation. I do have more hope for Milton than I did for Lance, and I'm really excited about seeing him at training camp. And one more thing before we go, over the next 3 years, that's what's left on Milton's deal. You know, everybody out of the 1st round, they don't have a 5th-year option like Dallas had with Trey Lance, but Milton has 3 years left, and he's going to make like $3.2 million over the next 3 years. A cheap option, not a ton of draft capital, somebody that the Cowboys liked pre-draft. It just fits all of the criteria for them to make a move. You guys let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about Joe Milton? What do you think about the trade? Good compensation, bad compensation? Make sure you like this video if you want an all 22. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.